So I want to talk to you guys about something that happened yesterday. Kind of gives you a more insight into me and my journey, and I think it's something that a lot of people feel that doesn't get talked about often. Yesterday, you guys are gonna think I'm an idiot for not taking advantage of these sooner. There are free workout classes at my work offered by a trainer who is amazing, and I have never done them. And yesterday I finally decided to do one. And so I went to the class and I was so excited. It was an amazing experience and one of the best workouts I've ever had. But it was really interesting as we were doing these band exercises, like rubber bands, like around your ankles and stuff. I was like trying to get the bands around. It was like stretching really hard against my ankles. And we just started doing the workouts. And then I looked up at myself in the mirror. And the first thing that came to my mind was, I look so fat. And it just really, that thought just really ruminated in my mind. I know everyone, or most people, deal with self-image issues. But it was really hard to, that thought was just so loud and so mean and so angry. And it was like, it was really hard, and it really got me in a really bad headspace for the rest of yesterday. I was already not feeling well, and I come down and I look at myself in the mirror, and instead of being like I usually am, where I look at how I've changed and I look at the parts of my body that I like, all that came to mind was fat and how bad I looked and how gross I looked. And it really brought me back to like a dark place yesterday. And I had a really hard day yesterday with my self-image. I think this is a good experience because it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows and giggles and happiness. And as my skin gets looser, I am going to have these moments. Just like the moments when I mess up on food, where I learn how to handle it better. I'm going to have these moments where I look at myself in the mirror and I'm not happy with the things I see. It'll just teach me how to deal and how to be stronger and how to live with that, and how to change my mind too, because it's a completely mental aspect. So that happened yesterday, and I think it's not something that people talk about that often. It's important to talk about. Like, it's okay to not love yourself 100%. It's okay to not always look in the mirror and be like, oh my gosh, I love everything about that, because that's not true. At least not for me. Speaking from my own experience. It was an interesting thought process I had yesterday. It really reminded me of the thought process of when I was struggling really heavily with some other eating disorders. And it's not a place I want to be. It's not a place I want to spend time in. It's not something I want to allow. So I wanted to bring it up to you guys in case any of you guys ever struggle with that. I'm sure, people do. It's okay if you don't love yourself all the time. Like, there are gonna be those moments, and you just have to keep pushing forward and make a positive out of the day. And despite feeling like shit every time I looked at myself in the mirror, I still did the workout, and it was the best workout I've ever done. And I felt amazing afterwards. It really did help my mental state for at least a few hours. I felt a lot better about myself, which was, a nice thing. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I just had a harder day with my self-esteem and with the way I feel about myself, and that's okay.
2,000 years later.
2 pounds.
All right, that is this week's vlog done. I weighed in at 221.4, which is a loss of 114 pounds so far. I've set myself a goal. It's a completely attainable goal, which is to get to under 200 by my birthday, which is January 7th. So it's totally possible. I'm gonna get there, but I wanted to set myself like this milestone to get to. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog this week, even though it's not really a vlog, it was just a conversation. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video for this week, and I will see you guys next week for my week 38 weigh-in.